Okay. Now we got the top. We got the centers done. Now the bottom is the pattern situation. But this is the part I got from Dad Marcel Baker Page Jr., my uncle. But he adopted me at age 10. And so did my aunt, Mom Darlene, Charlotte Darlene Page. Her name used to be Green, just like mine. Anyway, I have brothers and sister. One sister adopted somewhere else. I don't know who they got adopted to. Either it was me, then Bobby Green, then Chucky Green, then Jimmy Green, and my sister Cynthia Green, named after our grandma Green, Cynthia Green. Cynthia Green's last name was Flowers. It's spelled exactly like a flower, Flower, Flower. She married William Tedrow Green, our Grandpa Green, and Grandma Green is Cynthia Green. Her last name used to be Flowers. But anyway, my real dad is Bill Green. My aunt Darlene Page, her name used to be Green, and one of her brothers was Bill Green. Well, that was my real dad that had me and my brothers and one sister with my mom, Charlotte Altman, but then changed to Green. Anyway, so I went from a color green crayon to a page in a book. Now they tell me turn around, the pages are turning. My mom said hers was turn around, the green pages are turning. Because back then they have, so I had the green pages too. Instead of yellow pages, they had the green pages. Anyway. This goes here. Mr. and Mrs. Meadows at the children's home, and Mrs. Wyatt, and he had the farm hands, and another lady helped out too. I can't think of her name. Okay, this is where my dad said, oh, you lost me with the patterns. And then Cheryl got lost in it too. But later on, Larry Maples helped her to figure it out. And I got her on camera at Christmas time, showing how to do it. Anyway, well, watching her solve it. Let's see. And that's when you hear my dad say, yeah, she's showing off. Let's see, this goes here. Uh-oh, something came up. Angel disappeared. There's Thomas and his girlfriend Angel. I said Ashley, but I think it's Angel. Tommy's brother Robert's story, nicknamed Booty, he was ready to go. He was ready to get the shingle shot. And then the minute we got done eating, now something came up and now he can't go. Booty has to get those shingle shots because if he don't, he's going to regret it. Me and Tommy got the shingle shots plus the booster shot after so many months later or weeks later. I forgot how that worked. And we've had all our COVID shots. Okay. If you see one in its place or in not color line, check to see if it's diagonally or vertically, because you gotta find two done, not just one, even if there's one done. Alright, there's no anything there. Is there anything matching up there? Turn it again. Alright, that matches up. Does that, no. Does it match up? Okay, it matches up this way. With practice, you'll notice right away. Like riding a bike, or notice something. Right, the red to the red, the white to the white. And no, that don't match up there. But this matches up vertically, and this matches up vertically. One might be done, and the other one not, but it doesn't matter. In this case, they both. But anyway, you stay there. These two got to change places, so the ones that are in its place are not color line, or if one's color line, don't matter. They go and stay in the back. You keep the top. These two got to switch, so you hold it like this, and you bring this down, bring this over, bring what you did back up, turn the face like this so that you'll see a one connect like that. And since it's vertical, you do a once, then bring back what you did, and then go a once twice. If it's diagonally, it's a twice once. Alright? Alright, now this is done. These are in the place. Alright? And now you gotta do patterns. Don't worry about the edge pieces if it happens to go like that. You're not worrying about the edges if they're the same color or not. You're just worrying about this. The center color is the color you're looking for. The center color is green. See, the top in this case is blue, and the middle is done. Then the center is green. In this case, it's not purple or black or blue or red or yellow, but it's green. So the green. So you're looking for a green pattern. You like this. Okay, it's this pattern. See this, this. Trying to see, it's not. If it was like this, then it would get done. This like this, that goes there. Trying to see. Oh, I see why. Because you see two that's here, so that you hold it in your, where it's like this. You hold it up here, and you do this pattern. I don't know if I came across it, or this, or it's part of the James D. North thing. Ding, bring up, then keep going. You know, I think I goofed, but yeah, I did. Let me try it again. Find the pattern again. Well, you put it in this pattern. Now this pattern, I think I came across my own. You go twice, bring down, twice, bring what you did back up, then go twice again, bring down, then bring over, then bring up. Sometimes the whole thing will get done, and then, but mostly not. So that's why you gotta learn the center parts later on. But, alright, now you got the corners done. Now look for one that's done, or it's, you know, color line, or it's in its place but not color line. But it's in color line, it don't matter. But if not, it don't matter which one you pick. You just do that until you find one that's done. Alright, so do like this. I mean, as you're going like this, it didn't match up, so you know you're in the right direction. Just bring this over to the left, or over to the right, according to which pattern it is. Go away, then bring the center up to where it needs to go. Bring down. Now let's look down on the bottom and see what pattern it is. Okay, it's where there's two done. These two gotta flip. They're in their place, but not color line. Color line means it's done to their centers, but okay. I normally go like this and do the thing, but I'm going to do the new way, thanks to my sister Cheryl, my sister Stacy, helping me up to think of a faster way. Go this way. Basically, I'm just doing like if I'm putting the middles up here, or exchanging the middles to put where they need to go. I turn this over. Well, I go like, no, I turn it so that this is off to the left, and I go like this to put that in there. I go, and bring what I did back up, and go here. Okay, it needs to go way over here, so that's over here. And bring what I did back up, then bring that back up, and it's done. But if I was doing it the other way, so you do the pattern to get to the pattern. See, we're back to that pattern. See how it's like that? You would make sure they're in the back, and the two that's done over here, like this, and you would just do this pattern here. Which would put you in the pattern where you turn this around so that this will go over here, that'll go over there, that'll go over there. So this will go off to the right and bring back what you did there. So I don't know which one's the way is the fastest or not. But anyway, the patterns it could be is like, I used to have a drawing so that I could teach Benny the Magician and my camp counselor at Camp Happy Land at the Salvation Army Christian camps, at Camp Blue Ridge Camp, where the mountains are. Just before I went to the Wilds Christian camps with Good News Baptist. But before that we went to the Bill Rice Ranch and then to the Wilds. And we've been to the Wilds ever since. And even the juniors went to the Wilds Christian camp. But then Mark Taylor heard about Camp Deer Lake, so they went there. Even Rusty Dillard, our assistant pastor, was there. And then later on, they heard of the Edge Christian Camp, so now the juniors go there now. And Ladies Retreat goes there. And some of the men camping with their boys go to the Edge Christian Camp. But mainly the teens, they go to the Wilds Christian Camp. There's also Camp Joy too, Christian camp. There's a lot of Christian camps out there. But all the teenagers will come back and say, it's not like the Wilds Christian camp. In other words, there's something about the Wilds that's hard-hitting. The Plan of Salvation message is preached, and a lot of activities and good food. There's fire and brimstone messages at the Wilds Christian camp. Okay. Sometimes you might come across this pattern here. I'm sitting there talking, I don't know if I did the pattern right or not. Yeah, I did. I came across this pattern. If you see where the top's done, and these two sides done, but these two gotta get done, then you hold where the left and right, and the top becomes the bottom, and you see the middle there. So the bottom becomes the top, and the left and right that are solved will go like that. And these two gotta be solved. It's in its place, but it's gotta be color line. So, see how this is in its place, but not color line. Color line means it's in its solved state. In other words, whites with the white, reds with the red. But it's in its place, but not color line. Same here, it's in its place, but not color line. So you hold it so it's vertically, and the two sides are done, and the top just flips over upside down, and you do this, you go away, away, once, like that, away, away, once, and then you go away, away, once, twice, away, away, once, away, away, once, away, away, I mean, toward, see, I'm talking, first it's away, away, see, it's away, away, once, away, away, once, away, away, twice, then back, back, once, back, once, back, twice, back, twice. See, it's, you do the pattern to get to the pattern. So you go away, away, once, away, away. It's not, it's, when I go away, away, it's once, it's not, well, anyway, once, away, away, then you turn the top twice, once, twice, then you go towards yourself, forward once, and then you go once, twice. See, you're doing each thing once. It's not twice, I don't think, but you only do twice when you're doing the top part, when you're bringing it toward yourself. See, there's that pattern again. The top, you flip it like this, and these two sides are done, and you go away, away, and you do this once, and then you go away, away, once, then you go away, away, then you turn the top, not once, but you go once, twice, then you come back once, then come back twice, there. Now there was a pattern where sometimes where not only is these sides, but these sides are the same idea. And it was a long process from the simple solution. I had a hard time remembering it. But just recently I thought, you know, Jesus helped me to realize things that, hey, this pattern gets done like that. What if after I get that done, I just come over here, these two sides are now done, and now it's like that, let me try that. And I did it a couple more times. I found that I could just do that same pattern twice instead of that long process when all of them are like that. So, to give an example, I'll put it there. Once, no, I'm sitting there talking, forgot what I'm doing. Let me put it back. Try this again. Once, twice. Back once, back twice. Then turn this over this way so that these two are like this. These two are not solved, but it's like if it was solved. Then these two are not solved, but I do the pattern to put it in that pattern. Once, twice, once, twice. See, this is a pattern you come across too, where, see, this is like that, this is like that, they're all in the position, but not color line. See, they're all where they need to go. The blue is where it needs to go. They're all like that, and it would be a long process to get it done. And just recently, I mean, that was 1980s, but Jesus helped me realize just now, a couple weeks ago, that, hey, this pattern, it'll solve it. What if I do that? Let me see if that stays where it needs to be. And it stayed. And then I did this one, and it solved. I did it more than once, and I've come across that I just cut my solving time again. Like James D. North says, once you know the pattern, you cut your solving time. Like every person that knows the cube, like Stephen Brundage, Ryland Petty, Craig Petty, they all say, and even Magic Orthodoxy says, you'll find ways to cut your solving time. Alright. At the orchard, he's got a how-to YouTube channel too, and he's also got a Star Wars YouTube channel. My friend told me stories in the Star Wars, like I'm into Battlestar Galactica and losing magic tricks. Alright, and Rubik's Cubes. Alright. Henry Harris will probably the same thing. And Greg Wilson and Mark Wilson and Annie Narnell and Mike Wilson. Well, you get the idea. The Lance Burr and Donny Osmond. The Penn and Teller, the Pendragon, Charlotte Pendragon, Jonathan Pendragon, Master of the Magnificent. Okay. David C. Cochran, Jewish born again Christian Lutheranist, and his whole family. Chloe and Sky and his daughter, oldest daughter, Audrey, and his son, I can't think of his name, Dalton, I can't remember, but on the internet he calls himself David Copperfield Jr. He's into photography, but he also does magic tricks, so he's a Chippewa block like his dad, and his daughter Sky and daughter Audrey, they do their own thing too. One's like studying to be a reporter, I think, and the other one's like modeling, but also one of them is also into, his daughter is into hockey, in other words sports, but his son is into photography, but he also is doing magic tricks, but he takes them all to the magic shop. I thought that was cool, so they can all learn the tricks of the trade of their father, stage illusionist, David Copperfield, David C. Cochran Copperfield. Okay. Copperfield talks like he's got an idea with his crew to come out with a whole DVD collection of all of his specials, which I plan to get. I'm sure Tommy would too. Tommy Story. Every kid in town from all age groups. I mean, we got all of his specials on and shared it on YouTube and Facebook everywhere, but to get it straight from him, like we got the DVD collection of the 15 years or 18 years more, the special, behind him narrating it, like he did on the TV special. I got some of that too. I actually went over on the VCR tape, but luckily all my other specials are fine. Except for the Fire of Passion, I actually went over that a little bit, but when DVDs came around, you can't go over it. Once you record, you can't go over it. But thanks to some other people on YouTube, I was able to bring back the Fire of Passion right on there. And Tommy's got a good one, and Dave Duncan's got a good one. But I got all the 70s and 80s of Doug Henning and Copperfield. Thanks to Jesus Answer My Prayers, to be able to get all the specials. I was able to get it through Dave Duncan, connected to J.A. Corn, Magical Film Tape Librarian, connected to Sam, Saturday American Magicians, which we're connected to. Well, you get the idea.
Let me know about tomorrow.
Once, twice. Back once, back twice. And now that's done. Now turn it over so that these two sides are done. And now we're back to square root, where you see one of the two of these are like that. And do the same thing. Once, twice, back once, back twice. That's the quickest way I come across. Much easier than that other pattern. But I wish I would have thought of that sooner, but Jesus works in his own timing. It's year 2023, knowledge is going to increase, as he says. There's a 3-year-old girl who can solve a Rubik's Cube. That says a lot. Try this again. Okay, let's mix it up more. And mix it up more. And mix it, and then go like this. And it's all mixed, and then go under here. Anyway, and then all of a sudden, it's solved. And see what Brendan says, do this little flourish to show all sides done. And do this, he calls it rock on, but I call it the Spider-Man shooting his web. Spider-Man and his amazing friends. I read Spider-Man in the not comic books, in the newspaper. And then later on it became in the comic books and coloring books, and then a book and record. There was one where, I'm glad they put on YouTube. My friend Richard showed me that, Richard that went to school with me, he showed me that Michael Jackson narrated E.T. and it had a book and record, and it has a song with him singing about E.T. And Neil Diamond saw the movie E.T. and came out with a good song called Heartlight. That was a good song too. On the way to and on the way back from Lancaster, Ohio, that song was on the radio. And when that Phil Collins song, Take Me Home, it was playing last week at BJ's store on Monday, and I was saying, that brings back time at BJ's Warehouse. It brings back times when I said my dad Marcel, we were heading to Lancaster, Ohio, in the 1980s. The song was playing, Take Me Home, and we're in it was the black van or red van, I don't know, because he spray painted it later on black, but it was like a purplish red, and the song was playing, Take Me Home, and my dad Marcel was saying, doing the drums as he's singing, Take me home, take me home. See, songs bring back memories, either good or bad, but so far all the ones that I've heard were always good memories, and I'm thankful to Jesus for that. A lot of songs remind me of back in the 70s and 80s, getting ready to go to the movies and all that stuff, to see Star Wars or Close Encounter of the Third Kind or James Bond, The Spy Who Loved Me, or the movie E.T. My parents went to see E.T., and then later on they took me and Cheryl and Stacy, my two sisters, Cheryl and Stacy. We went to see it with them. But for Close Encounters of the Third Kind, our dad Marcel took me, Cheryl and Stacy, to see that while my mom was at work, either at the USO or when she worked at Terminex as a secretary. She worked as a secretary in both places. Yeah. When she was in school, her and this other girl got good grades, so on the side they would tutor students. I thought that was cool. And if you watch the TV show Head of the Class, they do that. They tutor all the guys and gals, tutor troubled teens. And one of the girls, that one girl that tutored, I forgot her name, but later on she became part of the head of the class, and because she was smarter than she let on, and she had to break out of her mold. she had problems, but they worked around it. And they said, Mr. Moore said, well, you can get into this class as long as I see you're improving in the other class. Talk about motivation. And Mr. Moore is the guy that Johnny Fever on WKRP in Cincinnati, which I got the whole collection of. Tommy got that person, and I went and got it. Me and Tommy basically have almost all the TV specials, except ones he doesn't have, to my knowledge. I got the whole collection of the Heart to Heart. I got the movies first, and then I got that, and I got the fun. Let's see, I'm trying to think else what I have he doesn't have. I got the $6 Million Man. He's got the Bionic Woman. And he does have the Linda Carter collection of Wonder Woman, so do I. And we both have Gilligan. So we basically have all the same stuff. I just need to find the complete collection of the Love Boat, the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew Mysteries. I'm trying to think. Those are the main ones that make it complete. And if they ever come out with Now You See Me 3, then I'll have it even more collection of that. But I got all the Batman TV shows, I got all the movies of Batman, I got all the Superman movies, I got all the Spider-Man movies, plus the TV show, the original one with Nicholas Hammond. I got that one thanks to the Web of the Spider and other YouTube channels who share like we do with all the Doug Henning and David Copperfield specials. It's called Sharing Freely. And that song is playing in the background. I gotta cut because I don't want no messing up my YouTube channel. And I can't. And then I gotta do something. Because even if there's a song in the background, it'll say copyright. And I'm thinking, I have nothing to do with this. I'm doing what I'm doing, and whoever I have, other people are watching TV or watching DVDs. It's not my fault. I mean, sometimes a cricket is rubbing its legs together, and they consider that's a drum playing in the background. I mean, no offense to YouTube, Google, and Facebook is turning into YouTube now, that if a jet goes by, they'll probably consider that's a loud bass sound, and it's not even a bass sound, it's just a rocket jet going by, if you get my drift.